Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
Monday, the 16th of December 2013. Here's the latest update from Neil Keenan.
Hello, here we go again. Like you just said, it's showtime. And it is showtime. First of all, Benjamin, I just saw a little bit of your posting, and I just want to correct you once again that in South Korea they have 300,000 metric tons of AU. It doesn't belong to the Korean government. It's not dynastic gold. It belongs to the family. Biden's been trying to pull it off. He wasn't begging. He was demanding. Okay? He said he was running around begging. He's not begging. He's demanding. So there's a big difference between the two. Just so you know. I can go on all day on that. But, we know who's melting the gold, who's trying to get it out, and we know who's buying it in Japan. So, that's that. Okay, so there's nothing to do with what you're speaking about. Not at all. Now, okay, now we can go right from that into something even crazier, which is Abbott. Abbott again. Damn Abbott. George has disappeared. George has made no contact. Abbott, Prime Minister Abbott, or I don't know, church leader Abbott, or whatever the hell he wants to call himself over there in Australia, because he wants to be he's similar to our guy in the United States. He wants to be all things to all people, but he screws them up pretty damn good. Now, Abbott, if I don't get my call from George within a short period of time, he doesn't tell me he's safe, then you know something, we're going to be filing many complaints against you and your team. Okay? To begin with, I don't like the fact that you put in jail Pauline, I think her name was Pauline Hanson, who's an Irish woman who set up the One Nation Party, which was causing you trouble. Of course an Irish woman would cause you trouble, Abbott. Of course she would. Anybody can cause you trouble because you leave yourself out there doing absolutely silly things. You put her in jail. Now, I'm going to get the lawyers on that, get the international lawyers to take a good look at that and see where we can go with that. Helping Pauline Hanson, because once we get this thing rolling, there's no turning back, Abbott. There's no thing turning back. So guess what, Abbott? You're going to be one of the first guinea pigs that we're going to have, because you're so close to where I am. And we're going to come after you, and we're going to come after you hard, and you better not have your skeletons in your closet, because we're going to be shaking them up. Now, as for Australians, my friend Jeff, listen to me, Jeff. When we get this thing done, there will be humanitarian packages for the country. You have to get yourselves back in order. You've lost a lot of ground with a lot of people. You've voted in so many damn cabalists over the years, and it's time to take them down and put the right people in. I hope Pauline, I hope you see this, Pauline Hanson, and I hope you understand that most of the world will be behind you. They're not behind Abbott. He's got a few people around him, and they're all mummies running around playing in Alfred Hitchcock movies. What's the guy who made the Mummy? Actually, I don't know. I think it was Alfred Hitchcock. But no, it's not Alfred Hitchcock. But nevertheless, we're going to be doing things. So Abbott, here's one for you. Okay, let's let that go now, and we can go from there. Okay? Oh man, Abbott, you just keep putting your foot in your mouth. She exposed the Liberal Labour Party. She exposed you guys, and you put her in jail. What the hell are you doing? What are you doing? There's billions of people out here looking at you, understanding what you're doing. You're no better than the other guy, and they're watching him too. He might be on his way out too. As they used to say, he ate the biscuit. And so did you. George, if wherever you are, George, you'll be fine soon. We promise you that, okay? I've had enough problems over the week. Now we can get into, oh man, it's just insane, one thing after another. We wake up one morning and we find out that somebody's attacking our group. I'll go through them. Some, I would call them pipsqueaks. They like to think they're big, but they're not. And they attacked us. They attacked Jean, actually. And Jean doesn't fight for herself. We fight with Jean. Okay? Jean helps, but we fight. And Mike C., not Michael Dunn. Mike C. did a wonderful job. Okay? It didn't take us long to get rid of these, I don't know what they are, but they were lightweight, and they tried to take over everything we did. They tried to, and in the end, they're begging for mercy. And they should beg for mercy, because you know something? I'm going to tell you who they are now, and when I do, I'll give them a couple of seconds to run to the bathroom. They're not there yet. Okay, I'll give them a little time. But anyway, we literally took them down in a day. Less than a day. I threatened him. He said, you know, somebody was blackmailing me. Blackmailing us. So, you know, I fight fire with fire. So, he's right. I take his head off. I'll have somebody do it. It's insane what he thought he could do to us after all we've done for them. Not for him so much, but the other guy. You know? Unbelievable. I'll let Jeannie tell you the story someday. Jeannie can't wait. But it's over. And once you find out who they are, what they're backing, and what they're hoping to do, and how we just take down the whole show, you know, it doesn't really need to be a show anyway, because they don't belong in that position. Neither of them. Especially one. Doesn't belong in that position. He put his foot in his mouth, stepped on his own, you know what, and still thought that he could come out of it okay. Now that you got everything you want, Neil, why are you still coming after us? Well, you know something, it cost me a day and a half of my time with your bullshit. And I don't appreciate it. And yeah, I'm coming. I'll give it a few more minutes. I'll tell you that before the tape's over. Let's get rid of them for a second, because you don't even know who they are, but probably can guess a little. I'll let you guess. I like guessing games. So we'll leave that one out of there, but we had no problems whatsoever on that, despite the fact that they attempted to cause the problems. Now let's go further. We talked about the AU already, but we talked about the AU in South Korea. Let's get back to the Soros situation here with the Japanese looking to come in here, which Benjamin doesn't mention, or he might have, but after seeing what I saw, I didn't pay much attention to his post. Okay, it was not on the money, the things I saw. So I didn't read it, but I'm sorry I didn't. But it's not fair I didn't. And I'm criticizing not his post. I'm criticizing what he's posted about what I know, because I'm not listening to anybody. I'm getting my information at home, most direct, Benjamin. And what you're talking about, the dynastic period in Korea, has nothing to do with the gold that we're talking about in Korea. There's 300,000 metric tons sitting there. Okay? And it belongs to the Dragon family. And we know where it is, we know who's watching it, and we know who's trying to melt it down and get it over to Japan. So that's that. There's no, let's talk about it, there's no this, there's no that. It is what it is. You should go and try to find out about that. That's a fact. Okay, now, let's talk about the AU here. We know that the Japanese and Soros and Rothschild have talked about it, and about coming here and getting into, physically, violently taking what doesn't belong to them. Well, you know, let me just say that everybody here is not so stupid either. The people here are not only good people, many of them are very intelligent. And it's not going to be what you think it's going to be. It's going to be a lot harder for you to just walk in and walk out with the assets. They don't belong to you. Again, most of them belong to the Dragon family. I mean, I've heard Benjamin before say they don't exist. Again, Benjamin. But they exist. They do exist. And if he got off his ass in Japan, got on a plane maybe and came over, he might find something. You know, I'm not going to take him there. I won't expose him to my people either after what he's done to the few of them that I've introduced him to in the past. And all the attacks he's made on me in the last couple of months. I won't help. But nevertheless, getting into it, we have everything ready over here. We are prepared for visitors, and we'll be more prepared in a few days. So by the time you're done reading this, we will have people in position ready to move. Now, on the other hand, it would be stupid for them to move because it doesn't belong to them. And the family's watching this as well. China as well. It's not going to be so simple for Japan to walk in and take something that doesn't belong to them. It still may be a cabal world, but people are going to start fighting back. And with security. With security. Now, on the other hand, Rick Light, you're doing a great job in the United States, bringing together what's needed to keep things at bay, or to let it go. Drake, you're right in there as well. I know, I've heard. So don't think you can fool me, Drake. I know what you're doing. So I understand that if any problems happen in the U.S., it's just going to be, and I hope it doesn't happen, but you know, the military's got to understand this. Our military has to understand this. Our Pentagon has to understand this. You know, we're going to be pitting brother and sister against each other, just like the Civil War, and that was a mistake. And this will be a mistake as well because the people in the military have families too, and they don't want to lose their mothers and fathers and their brothers and sisters any more than the other groups do, the militia or anyone. I mean, this is something that we should all get together on because I think it's not very difficult to agree on the fact that we're being screwed. We're being screwed. Obama and the boys and the Bushes and the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds are screwing us, and Kissinger's and what's that guy Cheney and you know and Big Mouth, what's his name over there representing Bush. Nevertheless, you know, we're being screwed when we're not being kissed before we're being screwed. And you know something? I think Americans like foreplay. We like foreplay before we get to that point where we're being screwed, and they're not doing it. So please, everyone, the military, the Pentagon, everyone, please understand it's going to hurt a lot of people that don't need to be hurt. We need to get rid of the elite, the industrial elite. They're taking our money and building their businesses through our government. Or, not a government, but our corporation called a government. So please,